I know that people are going to kill me for this, but I think the 25th anniversary edition of Les Miserables is 10 times better than the 25th anniversary edition of The Phantom of the Opera. Uh-oh. Oh no, here we go with the boo thingy again. Yikes! Ah! Come on, people, quit booing at me. You scared me to death about this silly old boo thing. What I'm saying is the truth. I'm not telling a freaking lie. So let me explain why. Well, anyway, ladies and dudes, this is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka BoopUp197. This is my review for a day. And today I have no review, ladies and dudes. But I think it's time to do a brand new type of video that nobody has never done before. And it has something to do with the 25th anniversary edition of the Les Miserables. And yes, Les Miserables deserves to be one of the best musicals of all time. I mean, this 25th anniversary edition had blew me away from start to finish. It had a well done storyline. I do have a couple issues here or there with the storyline. The characters are likable or memorable, and it has fantastic singers and good famous people here and there, like Ramin Karimou and Alfie Bohn and Matt Lucas and some others. And it had a fantastic score, really good songs, and the finale was so darn awesome. I freaking love the finale to death. Even with the four Sean Bon Jovi singing Bring Him Home. That is my most favorite song in the whole entire musical. And to tell you the truth is, about the 25th anniversary edition of the Phantom of the Opera, it's somewhat good, somewhat okay, but it has a couple of main issues. Something I really don't like. Something that made me mad. Big time. But this one is much better. And another good positive thing that I love about this musical is interesting fun facts that you did not know about this concert. Something that I can point out right away. And I gotta do my very best that I can to tell you about all the fun facts that I did find with the 25th anniversary edition of Les Miserables. And I guess everybody wants to know what are these fun facts that I found in this musical. Well, let's head right to it. So, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to some amazing fun facts that you did not know about the 25th anniversary edition of the Les Miserables. I'll get to the easiest ones out of the way first, and we'll go on to the difficult ones. Okay, what's the most easiest ones to find for this wonderful musical? Like the poster. The poster was truly based by the front cover of Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. And yes, Nick Jonas is one of the Jonas Brothers. And does anybody remember that lady who played Fontaine for this version? Yes, that lady is the one who played the singing voice of Princess Jasmine and Mulan from Disney's Aladdin and Mulan, the animated ones. And yes, that's Cameron McIntosh, dude, he's the producer of the show. Oh yeah, another interesting fun fact about the lady who did play Fontaine in this version? Yeah, the lady who did play Fontaine in this version, she was also responsible to be at the 10th anniversary of Les Miserables, who did play Evanine. Kind of surprising, don't you think? So yep, those are the easiest fun facts I did find with this version of Les Miserables. And now let's go on to the difficult ones. Something that nobody had never point out. For real, if you know what I mean. So let's head on to the difficult ones. I gotta calm down. Alright, ladies and dudes. Here's some other fun facts that you did not know about the 25th anniversary edition of the Les Miserables. And we're heading to the parts about what Les Miserables and the Phantom of the Opera have something in common. And it's not just the 25th anniversary edition of the Phantom of the Opera, it's a couple of Phantom of the Operas in general. Like the Broadway musicals or some of the actors that we are so darn familiar with. Alright, let's see what the Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables have in common. They are both 1 year apart. This one came in 1985, while the Phantom of the Opera came in the year of 1986. We got 3 famous Phantoms who came in this musical. We got Coleman Wilkinson, John Overton-Jones, and Ramin Karimou, my most favorite Phantom of the Opera of all time. And don't forget to study about their types. Ramin Karimou is the passionable one, but yet the cocky one. John Overton-Jones is one of the most friendliest Phantoms that you'll ever know. And Coleman Wilkinson, he's the wisest one out of the bunch. If you pay attention to Bring Him Home, you will know there were 2 Phantoms in the left side who were singing together for this wonderful song, while the other 2 dudes, they are not really Phantoms at all in the right side. And that is Alfie Bone and the Simon dude. Yeah, if they ever played the Phantom of the Opera, they won't be good at it. If you know what I mean. And yes, there's a foreshadowing moment about that Nova Lewis dude, the one who played Chabert. He will be the next generation of Phantom of the Opera to come. Here's something that Nova Lewis, Ramin Karimou, and John Overton-Jones, they have one special thing in common. They all were with Sierra Boggess, the one who played Christine Daae. But I think Ramin Karimou had the most strongest connection the most with Sierra out of the other members of the Phantom of the Opera dudes. Well, if you guys get the picture. Since I like Ramin and Sierra together as a couple. But sadly in not real life. Well, they are friends in real life, but sadly, not a couple. Okay. If you pay attention to the schoolboy meeting scene, where that drunken dude who is drinking some wine or something, there will be 2 words that involves a foreshadowing moment that came from in the Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, you'll know what I mean. And yes, Ramin Karimou and this guy who played the drunken dude, they were a part of the 25th anniversary edition of the Phantom of the Opera. Ramin Karimou did play our famous Phantom, while the dude who played the drunken schoolboy, he played Raoul. And let me tell you, that was the most weakest performance I have ever seen of seeing a dude playing Raoul. His acting is fine, but his singing went overboard. Because Yeah, you'll know what I mean. I think he sounded too old to play Ral. Let's see, is there any other fun facts I remembered? Oh yeah, about that Michael Ball dude. You know, the guy who played the older Marius? Yes, he also got involved in the Phantom of the Opera project too. Well, I haven't done any research about it, but I did remember one time in a concert he did sing with Sarah Brightman for That's All I Ask of You. And I did remember the time there was a video, something about radio news, where he did meet John Irvin Jones as the Phantom of the Opera. And he was pretty darn friendly to him. A very brave guy indeed. And yes, about John Irvin Jones. He is one of the Phantoms who did break a world record of becoming one of the most famous Phantom of the Operas of all time in the Broadway stage in London, England. That you did not see that coming. And yes, Ramin Karimou, John Irvin Jones, and Coleman Wilkinson, they did reunite again in the 25th anniversary edition of the Phantom of the Opera. So those are the fun facts I did find of what the Phantom of the Opera Les Miserables have in common. And now let's go on to the interesting fun facts of what the Phantom of the Opera doesn't have and what Les Miserables does have. Okay. I gotta slow down a bit. Alright. Well, let's go on to the things that are kind of easy for me to spot. That Alfie Bohn and Matt Lucas, they are truly good friends in real life. They became such good buddies. And thanks to Alfie Bohn, he taught Matt Lucas how to sing. Seriously. There was a video about it too, you know. Seeing Alfie Bohn teaching Matt Lucas how to sing. He just gave him some important lessons here and there before going on stage. And speaking of Matt Lucas is not the only dude who got involved with the Les Miserables franchise. There were other 3 people who also got involved in Les Miserables, but the 2012 version, since these 4 people got something in common, they did get... I see. I gotta do a video. Sorry, my cat. Okay. As I was saying, about the 4 people, they do have something in common. They both got involved with the projects of Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. Well, I guess you already know who these 3 actors are. One is Helen Bob Carter, the other is Anne Hathaway, and I don't know who the other dude is. The guy who played the time dude from Alice Through the Looking Glass. And yes, about those 3 actors, they were a part of the Les Miserables, the 2012 version. And yeah, you already know who those characters are, you know, which one of them who played who. And speaking of the 2012 version of Les Miserables, well, you already know there were 3 actors who were also part of the projects who were also involved in this version. We know Coleman Wilkinson, the guy who played the drunken schoolboy, and that young lady who played the sweet but yet misunderstood Ebony. And yes, about the young woman who did play Ebony, she did came back and reprised her role for the 2012 version of the Les Miserables. Yup. There is too many fun facts to be found. It's kind of easy, it's kind of hard, but it's a piece of cake thing to find. And I think that's it. That's all the fun facts that I did find for the 2012 the 2010 version of the 25th anniversary edition of Les Miserables. So, what do you think of this amazing fun facts that you did not know about this great musical? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think it's pretty decent? And tell me, ladies and dudes, what kind of amazing fun facts that you did find, well, not just in musicals, but in movies, TV show, anime, something that was based by a book, or whatever. Well, whichever it is, leave a comment there and let me know. And join me next time for next week. I'm heading back to the movie theaters to see the Men in Black 4. I can't wait to see that movie. It's going to be epic. Big time. So, I'll see you guys later, and sayonara.